G'day there, podcaster. We speak a little bit about the election, like real brief, super brief. We know everyone's over it, so we sort of touch on that. We play a new game with some mums. We're going to be doing that all week. If you want to get in touch, you can win something for your mum. You can register at novafm.com.au. And I also had a bit of a run-in with international airport security, so you'll hear what happened there.
Did you put in fast food orders?
It is in there. I'm going to let you wallow in the shame. No, to be fair, I thought it was actually a good idea. When you pitched it, I was on board. I was like, that's great. That's really funny. I had high hopes for it. It didn't quite fire, that one. We just had one call, unfortunately.
Traditionally, in the morning, we'll send out like a work email, pitch ideas, stories we've seen around. I was last to go on the email today. I saw that. Maybe some would say grasping at straws. I put it in there with a weak call out.
And then liked it.
You backed it in.
I thought it was great.
It gave me a sense of confidence.
I gassed you up.
You did.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like in another world, it could have been great.
I feel like we've definitely done it before, and it went well.
We wanted this guy comes in and gets a quarter pounder bun with 5 patties, nothing else.
Yeah, or like this, we're like, wild fast food orders. So it's like, this guy comes in with a bratwurst every day and he orders a 6-inch sub just with avocado and bread and he puts his own bratwurst in.
Yeah, or
so
like,
I don't know.
This woman comes into KFC and gets a 3-piece feed, but she subs out the 3 pieces of chicken for pots of gravy.
Yeah, she just comes in for a big gravy box. Or like, there's a woman who comes in and just asks if we can just put the soft serve straight to our hands. From the machine to hand.
There's this old fella. This
could have been good. Yeah.
There's an old fella that comes into Barnacle Bills and gets a treasure chest, but instead of putting food in the treasure chest, he just gets us to put human excrement.
Yeah, he wants a box of shit. This guy wants a big box of shit.
That's his treasure.
Yeah, he's a scat man. Enjoy the pod.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you ready?
Stop what you're doing and listen.
Live across Australia.
It's radio. This is Ben, Liam, and Belle on Nova.
Good evening, Australia. We got a new, it's the same government, I guess, but we got a new week.
Yes, we do.
Great save, mate. New week. That's what we were always going to say here.
But what a weekend it was with the election. I know you're probably sick of hearing all about it now, but 13, 24, 10, what we want to do tonight, what happened in the line when you were lining up?
I got some line drama. I got there to the election. We went to the local primary school.
Yeah.
The line was about 25 minutes long. After about 5 minutes into the line, this person came over, one of those pesky teals. No, I don't know who it was. It was just somebody came over.
Shots fired already. Okay.
And they said, excuse me, because my wife's pregnant. They said, are you pregnant? She said, yes. She said, well, you don't have to wait in line. Come up the front. And so they ushered us up the front, and I was like, this is sweet. And then they said, when I got to the front, they were like, you're not pregnant. You got to go to the back. And they sent me all the way to the back of the line. Can you believe that?
Actual?
Like, what? Where is the justice? Because she's going to go in and vote now, and then she have to stand around and wait for me.
Are you growing? Are you growing a person inside
he's exactly
you?
right. Well,
Do you need to sit down?
What is the point in letting her go through? Because she has to wait for me. We came together.
Her feet are probably
I know, but then she's going to be on her feet waiting twice as long for him to finish in the line.
She can go and sit.
It was ridiculous.
It
was ridiculous.
Classic
That's insane.
we're pregnant behaviour.
And that's why
we're pregnant.
I always pack a pillow to put under Sarah's shirt when we go and vote. Worked 4 years ago, worked again, and they were cool in my primary school. They let me vote as well.
Beck joins us now in Sydney. What did you overhear in the long line?
I think I overheard a cheating scandal.
Oh, what happened?
Well, on Saturday, on election day, I heard a woman on the phone talking maybe to her friend saying, I can't believe you brought her here. This is my local voting booth.
Yeah, right, I see. No, because it is you do feel like you're very connected to your fellow Australians when you're really pressing the flesh. I thought, I'm going to get up and do it early. Bad move. Bad move. Took me over an hour.
What time did you get there?
8 a.m. when it opened.
Yeah,
but I had 3 sausages because kids were just coming around and selling them. I was like, yes, another please.
They came to you.
Yeah, they came to us because the line wasn't moving.
There was a lot of standing around in lines over the weekend. 13, 24, 10. What happened in the line? Paige in Brizzy, what did you see in the election line?
I saw a lady directly in front of me find out that she was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
How? Was she on the phone getting results?
Yeah, on the phone in front. Knees went a bit weak, but yeah, didn't. She left the line pretty quick after that. But yeah, pretty wild stuff.
Oh, she left the line. I mean, we only just learnt from Ben's experience that the fact that she was pregnant means she could have cut the line. So, if anything, I'm sort of sus that that call wasn't just like,
What? I'm pregnant?
oh, it's just in, guys. I'm pregnant, so I'm going to have to cut in front of all of you.
Oh, that is lovely, though, Paige. That's sweet.
13 24 10. Keep your calls coming through. We want to know what happened in the line.
Mitch in Sydney. What happened, mate?
Hey guys, how you going? I was at the front of the line the other day and I saw this old fella there. He didn't really want to line up and he looked a bit stressed and I just called out, hey Dad. And he looked at me, I winked at him and I let him in the front of the line. Let him through.
Bit of humanity. I like it. Yeah.
It was pretty pumped to not have to wait through it.
Oh, God, I bet it would have been chuffed. Are you thinking about getting into politics yourself, Mitch? You sound like a guy I could get behind.
Definitely not. No, just help somebody out here and there, but that's about it. That's the best part of it.
Well, look, good karma coming your way, Mitch. We're going to pay for your dinner tonight. Got yourself a $50 GYG voucher.
You beauty. Thanks, guys.
No worries at all. Guzmani Gomez only serves 100% free-range chicken and their delicious Guerrero marinade caramelizes on the grill for the perfect char. Try it today. If you'd like to try it, you can keep your calls coming through on 13 24 10. What happened in the line?
Kath in Sydney. Who did you see in the line?
My ex-students.
Okay, so you're a teacher.
So I'm a secondary school teacher, and I had students from my last 3 Year 12 cohorts either ignore me, yell out my name, or come and say g'day while I was waiting.
Oh, a bit of a celebrity then.
It's not too crazy, though. When you said ex, I thought it was going to be ex-partner.
It's just like ex-student. Yeah, I suppose it checks out. You're all in the local area. You know, I saw a lot of neighbours there that I see on the morning dog walk.
Well, I always vote at the primary school that I went to. And so I did a bit of snooping
At Hogwarts.
around. What?
They went to a very rich school.
That's my high school. No, my primary school was, it was average.
Also, didn't you commit fraud? Tell everyone about the fraud you committed.
I don't want to talk about that.
Go on. Belle
Oh, yeah. Did you actually
broke the
do
law.
that? Is
Yeah,
that
she did
real?
that. She broke the
I don't
law.
want to say that on air.
You
Well,
have
you
to
may as
now.
well.
It's not breaking the law.
So Belle, she voted for Clive Palmer, and she had a little trick. No, she had this little trick to get up there quicker.
No, I just saw that.
The trumpet of patriots. Trumpet is here.
I spotted that you could cut the line if you said that you weren't from that area, and they weren't doing anything to
That's
check if you were from that area or
crazy.
not. And so when they said, "Is anyone not from here?" you could just go straight through, and that's what I did.
That
And-
is
and-
un-Australian.
Then you voted for Clive Palmer.
No, I didn't. Obviously, Animal Justice Party, all the way.
So that was the Animal Justice Party was 2, and then Clive was 1.
Clive numero uno. You were in that 2%. The 2% club. That's a special club to be a part of.
Sinead in Melbourne. What happened in the line?
One of the parties ran out of the how to vote cards. So they were queuing up outside the exit of the the hall where you voted, and was asking people to hand them back so they could reuse them.
I bet it was the Greens, huh? Underprinted.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
They've underprinted because they want to save the environment, but it's backfired on them.
Yeah. Also, Belle, you're overcompensating. We all knew you voted for
Yeah.
Clive, not the Greens.
We get it. You liked the
that.
text messages. They won you over.
You like that feeling in your ear holes? That's the Ben, Liam and Belle podcast.
If you have the best mum, get her the best gift from Harvey Norman. Best prices guaranteed.
Mom! Mum!
Ben, Liam and Belle with Mum.
Mama!
How well do you know your mum?
Mother.
Do yourself a favour. If you have the best mum, get her the best gift from Harvey Norman. From hair and beauty to coffee and ice cream, treat mum to the perfect gift.
Nat in Sydney, you think you've got the best mum?
I do. I really do.
Look, I tend to agree. We have Lee, your mum, on the line.
Sorry, Liam, are you saying that you think your mum's the best, or you think that Nat's mum is the best?
I was just trying to gas up Nat's mum, but clearly my mum, Leanne, is better than you, Lee. I know. Now, see, now it's... I know. We got off on a bad foot. I haven't even said hi yet, but, I've just got to go off my own lived experience. questions. But look, we have had a little bit of a chat off air because we've asked you some questions about yourself, Lee, and we're going to see how well your daughter Natalie knows you. Now, if she gets 3 out of 5 right here, you are going to be walking away with a wicked prize.
It is the Ninja gift pack. This thing is worth $630. Everybody loves these Ninjas, so this is a hot prize to win.
Yeah, it includes an air fryer as well. The Ninja air fryers are just incredible. They are so good.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
All right. Well, let's hope Natalie's done her homework over the last few years. Do you know what high school your mum Lee went to?
I think she went to Pennant Hills High School.
It's not correct.
Oh, gosh.
How you feeling about that, Lee? That's surely a kick in the guts.
Oh, yes. That's my primary school.
I mean, not bad because we have Cumberland High School. Nat, you're one of 4 sisters. Who do you think's your mum's favourite?
Well, I would always say myself, but my mum always says she loves us 25% each.
That's exactly
exactly
right.
Oh, yeah.
You've heard that before. It feels like she's needed to tell you all that at some point in your childhood.
That's right.
All right, that's 1 so far. Good job.
When's your mum's birthday, Nat?
My mum's birthday is the 24th of February.
Done. Good stuff. All right. When your mum's making dinner, what's her go-to meal?
Well, she's very good at making chicken stroganoff. She loves making a roast dinner and tuna pie.
Okay, so you kind of said 3 at me there. Can you lock
Tuna
one?
pie. I'm going to go with tuna pie.
Oh, it was the roast dinner.
Oh, you're kidding me.
That's okay, Nat. You can still get this last one.
Nat, you really don't want to ruin Mum's Mother's Day on a Monday.
Oh, God, I know. To just get the week started on such a bad note.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Which season does your mum prefer? Summer?
I'm going to say spring.
Or
hang on.
Hang on.
Let us finish the question.
He's up there, Turbo. He's up. He's up. Summer or winter? Spring is not an option.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say summer.
Lee, you've won the Ninja Pack thanks to Harvey Norman.
Oh, that is amazing. Thank you so much.
No worries. Don't thank us. Thank your daughter.
And Harvey Norman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Super number 1.
You heard it here first on the radio.
Well done. If you want to win a prize for your mum ahead of Mother's Day, all thanks to Harvey Norman, head to novafm.com.au or the Nova Player app.
What's the first thing you're going to make in your Ninja machine, Lee? You're going to make a tuna pie?
Tuna pie, I think, yes.
Yeah. I don't know how that would go in the Ninja Creamy. I mean, it does do a lot. I haven't tried making a tuna pie myself. Well, then again, it's sort of like a bit of a blender in a way. So
You're listening to Len, BM and Lel. Oi, stop gooning. The next bit's about to start.
13-24-10. What went down at airport security? I was overseas last week. Went to see the mighty Liverpool win their 20th title. Champions of the Premier League. It was a dream come true. It hasn't happened in front of fans in 35 years. I was there to witness it at Anfield. My God. Still pinching myself.
Actually, just quickly, I read online somewhere that it was like a 1 point something magnitude.
1.7 on the,
What is
Richter
that
scale.
about?
It was like a small earthquake.
Because the cheers were so loud.
Yeah, when McAllister scored the second goal going 2-1 up.
It's a load
Yeah.
of BS.
No, it was crazy. I'm telling you, it's the best atmosphere I've ever been a part of. It was insane. But whilst I was on the trip, I was away from my wife for a week. We don't spend a lot of time apart, but she does. This is actually very sweet. This is a cute thing that she does. So I've brought some in here. So what she does is, I've probably only been on 2 or 3 trips away from her, but what she'll do is she'll write me like little notes and I know it's really sweet. So I'll like open my jocks for the day because they're like rolled up and it'll be like, "Slay Queen, chase your dreams," and she'll write a note like that.
Can I just jump in? Is that because she packs your suitcase for you?
No. Once my suitcase is packed, she'll jump in and yeah.
Oh, that's
so it's just like in my shoe, it's like "miss you." It's a little note like that. Yeah. So they're only type like "love you." And actually, honestly, when you're away from like your loved ones, it's like such a nice little. Like here we go, Toby. That's our dog. Says hi and is mildly grumpy. You left, as am I.
That is so sweet.
So she puts them everywhere, right? But the first one snuck up on me because when I was at the airport, it's just about to leave the country. And the first thing you do when you check in, even if you've checked in online, you've obviously got to do the bag drop. You've got to get your passport out. And I gave my passport to the woman so she could scan it in.
Oh, no.
And she opened it up and a little note dropped out that said, "Don't leave the country." Which I know is a funny note from my wife.
For you
trying
to open.
trying to make me laugh.
Yeah.
But, of course, the airport woman probably has to ask some questions when a small note pops out of someone's passport saying, "Don't leave the country."
Wow.
You're definitely on some sort of watch list.
Oh, dude, 100%. ASIO, I've seen ASIO. They're hanging around my house. They're in the bushes.
I know that she meant this as a cute thing, but imagine
Yeah.
if she took it a step too far and was like, "This will be funny," and wrote a note like, "This
Yeah.
guy has a bomb."
Yeah,
And
well,
just
yeah.
absolutely
I mean, well, I would have been zip tied if that.
And
if
she's
that
at
was in
home
there.
laughing, going,
And I even like because I was text her after. I was like, "Oh, that's so cute," but why did you put it in my passport? Like, and she was like, "Oh my god, I didn't think." Like, yeah, and she was like, "Did you just say your daughter wrote it or something?" And I was like, "No, I just told her the truth." So my wife leaves me little notes.
"Yeah, that's weird if you then made up a lie that you have a
Yeah,
fake
I know.
daughter."
Yeah, and they're like, "Oh, what's your daughter's name?" Susie joins us now in Melbourne. What went down at airport security? Your sister actually worked there.
Yeah, so she's done airport security and customs officer as well, so she's got some fabulous stories.
I'd imagine.
She's seen a guy who was basically sweating like a pig and walking really weird, so I think her first thought was he's smuggling drugs or something. They took him into a room and did a search, and he was smuggling starfish in bags of water down his pants.
Whoa.
I'm glad you just said down the pants, because when you said he was smuggling starfish, I thought he was, going the old-fashioned way, the old prison.
Starfish and the starfish.
Yes.
Why does someone do that? That's
The
awful.
prison wallet. Well,
I don't know. There
Yeah.
were some that were alive and some that had passed, but they were all taped down his legs in like glad bags of water.
Because dude, long haul flights suck. Everyone knows that. They're very uncomfortable. It's like, what do you wear? Shorts, trackies?
Yeah.
You get too hot, too cold? Imagine having like 40 starfish taped to your legs. That is the long haul, brother. Maddie in Melbourne, what happened at airport security?
So Thursday nights, I do a bit of a tanning night, and right before the trip, I decided to fake tan and use baby powder to lock it all in, right? And so my laptop was sitting open whilst I was doing that.
I see where this is going.
He pulls out my laptop to go just to have a look, and he sees all this white powder over it, and he's giving me this look.
Yeah, and you're
like,
saying it's tanning night, it's tanning night. You use the baby powder to lock it in.
I'm glowing, believe me.
Oh, that's great, Maddie.
One quick swab would fix that, Yeah. Twist of events, it was actually gunpowder. You're calling from prison.
Thanks, Maddie. Jamie in Barizzi, what happened at airport security?
Yes, it was actually a little bit after airport security in Dubai. I was halfway onto the plane before I got pulled onto the tarmac by some police officers, and they took me to a room full of security asking me a bunch of questions about my suitcase. I forgot, but I actually had some souvenirs from Croatia, which were bullet casings, which I didn't realize were illegal.
Yeah, the old bullet casings. Yeah. Who would have thunk it, huh? Yeah.
I mean, is this a dumb question? Like, why?
course, a bullet
Like, what's wrong with a bullet casing?
Obviously that. Well, it's sus. It's like if
Yeah,
someone's
it's
got.
sus,
Yeah,
but
if you snuck on a bullet and a hammer, that could do some damage.
no, a bullet, yes. Bullet casing, like why?
No, but it's just like, well, like if there was a part of a Glock in someone's bag, you would.
That's
do you know what I mean? Like most of their thing is just like, yep, nothing. iPad, boring.
When it comes to guns, they don't want any grey area.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. I think that's kind of their whole MO, not letting gun stuff get onto the whole plane thing.
Jamie, thank you. Janet in Melbourne, your partner got pulled up at airport security. What happened?
Hi, yes. So my partner, well, my husband at the time, was taking me to Sydney for a very romantic wedding anniversary. It was our 20th wedding anniversary. We were flying out of Avalon, which is a little bit quieter than Melbourne. Early morning flight. We got there, not many people around. I went through the X-ray machine with my bag, and then they asked me to do drug testing or something. He was going through the X-ray machine with his carry-on, and got stopped there. I was with the other security officer getting drug tested or whatever, and I could see more security officers coming over to where he was, so I was sort of freaking out, wondering what he'd done. Went over there. I think there was 3 security officers and him, and they've all sort of got smirks on their faces and looking at me, and my darling husband had put some handcuffs in his carry-on because that's the only luggage he took.
I get you.
So, weekend away.
Well, that 20 years, you know, you got to spice it up. Gee whiz. And so they obviously confiscated the handcuffs?
Yes, handcuffs were taken away. I was very embarrassed. They were all giggling, and he copped a bit of a slap on the face, and off we went.
Yeah, well, by the sounds of what he's into, I'm sure he enjoyed that.
If you're listening to this podcast at 2 times speed, it's the Ben, Liam and Belle podcast.
If you've ever worked in fast food and you've taken the orders, I want you to call 13 24 10. What's the wildest order you've ever taken? Because you know how at fast food places they've got secret menu items? There's one going viral at Macca's at the moment. It's called the Cotton Candy Sprite. Now, you're not going to see this advertised. You're not going to see it on a menu, but it is something you can get.
Sounds like a spider.
Yeah, it looks a bit like that. So if you go to a Macca's, you can order a medium Sprite and then ask for 3 pumps of vanilla syrup. I think they get that from the McCafe. And then apparently the vanilla flavouring will make the Sprite, kind of like a Spider Bell, turn into a cotton candy flavoured drink.
Right. See, I didn't think that you could cross over from the restaurant to the cafe. You can't be like, I want a Sprite, put a shot of coffee, then put a McChicken in there.
You can cross.
Whoa.
Off menu can you go? Like, if you went in there and said, hey, could you get 3 beef patties and put them in the frappe blender for us? And then just, like, would they do that?
Put it
If
in
you
some
asked
banana bread buns and then,
I would like that, please. Would they do that?
I reckon the limit for me, I reckon they would do this, but they wouldn't go beyond this. I reckon if you got 2 bits of banana bread and asked for a patty, they would do that.
Yeah, because to me that's the same as the drink you've just explained.
Yeah, totally.
Like it's something from the restaurant, something from the cafe.
Also, it'd be a good day at work for them. If they're like, you're never going to guess. This guy came in and he asked for a banana bread sandwich, a banana bread pounder.
Yeah.
But outside of like Macca's and all of that, we are looking 13, 24, 10 for just like wild orders.
Any, I think like fast food, like top, like, you know, the ones we know and love.
Subway, KFC, Hungry Jack's, McDonald's, doesn't matter. Barnacle Bills, 13 24 10 is our number. If you have ever worked in fast food and taken orders, what was the wildest order you'd ever taken?
Just something completely out of the ordinary. You're just thinking, how did you even come up with that?
Emily in Sydney. Now, you worked at a cafe. What was the crazy order?
So I worked at the cafe for a while, and there was this one lady that come in for a significant amount of time, almost every day, and she'd ask for a large hot chocolate with 2 extra shots. So I just assumed she wanted a large mocha, and I put through as a large mocha, as you would. And, she threw her coffee at me saying she didn't order a large mocha. She ordered a large hot chocolate with 2 extra shots of coffee.
Yeah, which is a mocha.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about
Yeah, I couldn't work in retail or in hospitality.
No.
I couldn't work in either.
Yeah, no.
Lucky the radio thing worked out. Huh?
Liam was a mocha guy for a bit.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
Nuh-uh. I was ordering them for my small child. Yeah, it's a mocha. It is very. I only order mochas when like no one's around. What would you like? What would you like? Sorry, sir. Can you speak up a little bit so everyone can hear you? Just a hot chocky, please.
And that's it.
Like that podcast? There's heaps more to listen to if you just scroll back or download the Nova Player app.
Ben, Liam, and Belle.